Hi, my name is Stacy Garrop, and I am a full-time freelance composer from the Chicago area. I received this incredible commission from the Navy Band, and I couldn't be more thrilled with the way this whole project has turned out. So when I start a new piece for wind ensemble, I always like to ask the commissioners what's important to you, because that is where I get my impetus. When I talked with Captain Collins and Christopher Sala, I asked, what's important to the Navy and the organization, and they talked about the expeditionary forces and how people will go to places in the Navy where humans aren't really supposed to exist, like deep under the ocean and up into the sky. For me, I want to tell that story of what's so important to this country. There's so many aspects of the armed forces that a lot of us take for granted that are civilians, and we don't think twice about safety and who's protecting us and all the world on the oceans and the skies. And to discover, oh my gosh, it's the Navy. This is one component of all the armed forces, and look how much I do. That for me is where I feel that excitement. Like, I want to tell that story. When I began researching the Navy, I hadn't really understood the level of personal sacrifice, of dedication of the people involved. These sailors are going on, many of them, long deployments, 6 or 8 months at a time on the water, where all they have is the space under their bed, maybe, for their personal belongings. And that's not something I think a lot of, I'd never thought about it. I don't know how many other civilians think about, is we get used to having these houses or apartments around us. What if all you had was this really small space, a cubicle under a bed, something? What if that's all you have? And so to think about the people that take all this risk and all this sacrifice, it's not something I'd ever considered before. And that's why I felt really strongly about writing Forged by the Sea the way I did, because I want to honor that sacrifice that people have made for the rest of the country and for the world.